I'll be going to China for the Import-Export Expo that's in Shanghai in November, that first week in November, hoping to find some time around that to visit Beijing and potentially some of the other provinces to spend some time doing some one-off meetings with companies that are specifically interested in coming. The Chinese are looking for strong, long-term partners. That's the same thing I'm looking for. We are the best place in the world right now. Hasn't always been, won't always be. But right now, if you have capital to invest in the world, where would you have better confidence that you could get a return on that than in the United States? Nowhere. And this is why I don't think at the end of the day that what's happening up here will disrupt the deals still being done.
The word globalization, though, it's a dirty word to so many people. Do you think that's because we as journalists haven't done a good enough job explaining the benefits that you're talking about? Is it that policymakers haven't? What's the problem? Why is there that disconnect?
I think it's just misconception of what that actually means. And it's interesting because the whole concept of globalization, we live in a global world. Technology has made the world smaller and smaller, the connectivity of people closer and closer. And we literally are increasingly just a degree or two away from one another, no matter where we are in the world. I happen to have a degree in East Asian studies that I got back in the 1980s. So for me, it's not a foreign concept. It's something I've always recognized. That increasingly, even in the United States, while we are the world's largest consumer, we still only provide and consume a portion of the products that we bring in. And so we need global marketplaces for the things that we produce, and we need others to provide things that we want at the prices that we want them. So globalization is something that we should aspire to. It's something that we should encourage more of. And frankly, good, strong trading partners are invariably people who are at peace with one another. And I think on many fronts we win if we have strong economic ties between countries.
At the top level, there's disagreement. I mean, that's we all know that. Sure. At your level, it's dialogue and deals. Talk to me about that. I mean, what role do you think governors have in perhaps moving the conversation forward and this divide, you know, trying to mitigate it in a sense?
Policy at the highest levels drives a lot of what happens at the lower levels, no question. And the whole conversation about tariffs and about trade and about what is fair trade and what is free trade and what is, all of these are topics of conversation right now, and they should be. It is a concern, it should be a concern to both China and the United States, that there's a trade imbalance on an annual basis of $375+ billion. China's no longer an emerging economy. We don't need to subsidize China, nor does China need to subsidize the United States. So there needs to be parity. There needs to be some kind of a leveling of the playing field so that it's not just free trade, but truly fair trade. That's at the high level. At the bottom level, for folks like us, I want business to happen in Kentucky. I want jobs. I'm having trade missions, not just a mission. I don't need field trips. I want to talk business person to business person. Where can you get a good return on investment? Chinese investors are intelligent investors. They want a return on their capital. Where are they going to get a return on equity? Where are they going to get a return on their investment? They're going to look around the world. And right now, some of the most exciting opportunities for ROI, that return on investment that they're looking for, is in North America, in the United States specifically. And so these are the kind of conversations that I'm having. And my job is to get out there and help people to be aware of what a sparkling jewel we have and to take advantage of the globalization in all of its positive connotation.
How optimistic are you that we can find a resolution?
I'm highly optimistic because I know that if we don't find resolution, both sides lose. There is going to be change, no question. You can't have hundreds of billions of annual trade imbalance between major powers and expect not to have change. There will be change. There needs to be change. But when we solidify, when we firm up what the new landscape is, both sides have the potential to win. And we need one another. The important thing for people to understand, I as a governor understand it, other governors understand it, our president understands it, our Secretary of Commerce understands it. We need strong trading partners. China and America need one another economically, and we are stronger together than we are apart.